Y'all have been asking how to make the solar dehydrator. Well, we're finally gonna show ya. First things first, you gotta get your tools oh, there, that's better. Gotta get your tools in order, putting on fresh blades and all that, you know, safety first. First, we got our first piece of plywood and marked it out to do our sides. That'll be like the sides here. Yeah, there'll be the other side.
Here, and then down the angle. So this will be your shelf area, chimney area, and then air catching, heating up area.
Just to give you some general measurements, we kept the board as long as possible, so it is 8 foot long, and the chimney is 3 inches long, so that'll kind of give you an idea. And the angle, we just kind of went with what felt good. We wanted kind of a small gap in the front for the airflow to still get through, but also not too large so it doesn't look inviting to animals. You know, we didn't want any critters getting up in there and making that their home. Yeah. So, chimney, section where we'll have the screens and the actual oven. And here he's cutting out the second side. It takes 3 pieces of plywood just to do bottom and sides. The bottom is a whole 8 foot section as well. It's actually 8 by 25.5 inches. So, again, just for records in case you wanted to build them. Okay, so we've got our third piece of plywood out here. This will actually be the bottom. Measuring out.
A half inch is an inch. We want 24 inches. We've got 2 feet for the glass, an inch for plywood, 1/4 inch for play, 25 1/4 on the bottom.
25 1/4. Hi, Captain. You'll mark that for you.
All right, what next, boss? Ready?
Yep. Just making the chalk outline for our bottom bits there. He's gonna chop that piece and chop, chop, chop. There's the bottom. Now he's cutting some braces. We basically have to make a box inside for the actual drying racks and stuff like that, and to kind of just give the dehydrator a shape. So we're going to build 2 different squares, well, rectangles, but, you know, square shapes to kind of hold the guts together. That's what he's doing here.
Mark 3/4 and like an inch to 2.5 right there. Just cross mark it.
As instructed, I'm marking all of the wood, and I'm going to make the pilot holes for the screws. These are the braces that's going to make the squares. So that's what I'm doing here. And then I hand my pieces off to him. He makes the squares. And look how easy it is to do with those pilot holes ready. Wow! I contributed. So he's working on those. There's the first one, there's the second. One will be slightly shorter than the other. I want it to be 41 inches tall, the short one, and 46.5 inches tall, the taller one. The taller one will be in the back, and that'll be up against your chimney there. The The secondary one is your wall between the oven and the actual like drying section. You'll see there's kind of like three major sections in the solar dehydrator. There's the first chamber, which is where the air gets hot and it flows in through the bottom, and then it kind of gets pulled up to the top because there's an air vent at the top, and that will pull the air through the second chamber, which is the drying chamber. Here's the back. You can see the back here. Pull through the air drying chamber through our little screens. That's what actually dries the plants. And then the chimney, that's this part that we're attaching, will pull the air back up through the dehydrator. It's all about airflow. That's what solar dehydrators are. It's all about airflow. So we put on the back there. Now we can attach the first side. It's starting to take shape. How exciting. We're just going to kind of screw the sides to our frames there. We have this first frame, and the second frame's coming. But we attach it there on the side, and also we're going to make sure we get the bottom attached real well too. You'll see that here in a second. And we are putting in the second one, and you'll notice, like I said, it's a little bit shorter. That's because it's not where the chimney is. So there's the second one, and again we screw the side into that, just a little extra reinforcement. And here we're measuring the sides. We're going to just put in little extra braces like so. You're screwing it in from the other side. And that's just to make it sturdier. And here we are attaching the bottom to it. Again, we just want it to be super sturdy. So yeah, it's really starting to take shape. This step is completely unnecessary, but I requested it, and he's a sweetheart, so he's making it for me. This is just going to be like a kind of like a square. He's going to cut out the corners to put it down in here, in this little part, just so it's not just like a little concave. It'll be like nice and flat on top of those. So that's really not necessary, but I asked for it, and I received it because I asked. And here he is, cutting up my little secondary floor. It's really just for looks, but that'll be nice. Put a little insult, and we actually miscalculated and took out just a little bit extra. That's okay though. It's totally fine. This one is not perfect, as you'll see in the end. It really is a little fuba. It's fine. It's all fine though. It's still gonna dry things, and that's what matters. The next one that we make will be absolutely perfect. Okay, so there's the first little chamber, you can see, and to make sure it's working at its maximum ability, we made sure there were no air holes, so we sealed it up real tight. Sealed it all up in all the corners, so the airflow will go exactly where we want it. Through this hole, it will force down through, that hole, and then it'll come through the chimney, up through here and out. That side will be covered when we're done. While Wes cut the edging, I got to painting. I did it before we put the second slide on because it's a lot easier to reach. So yeah, we got this purple paint in the clearance section, and we picked it because it was dark. And that was really the only reason. It was low emissions paint. That was a bonus. But yeah, we just wanted a dark color to trap the heat. And while I was painting, here he's cutting, and we've almost got our little door cut out. Can you see? Yeah, the door. Along with cutting out the door, he also made a top for it, and he attached that, and you can see he's sealing it up real nice too. I'm painting the fresh side, so everything's going to be purple. Sealing some more, look, seal away. Yeah, so I did that while I painted. Do 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 do. Start wearing purple for me now. I'm gonna be thinking that every time I see this. Yeah, so do do do. Here we are putting in the that is just like the railing for the glass. We put it in just a little bit. Our last dehydrator, we just put the plexi right on top. And this one we're building like an edge to kind of inlay the glass. Little things like that I think are making this one just going to be a little bit better. We also put these little braces in. As you can see, he's measuring for the last one. I didn't videotape that, so sorry. And while he's putting in the last one and sealing up the glass, I'm painting the door. Here we are, almost at the end. Pretty exciting. All sealed up. And I'm ready to start picking greens right now. So you got your little bars in there to hold the screens.
What?
Okay, so we messed up. We got the wrong size screen. It's fine. We'll just go get one. Anyways, this is an important step. We didn't attach the door side at the bottom yet, so we had to like put it on its side and make sure everything was flush, plumb, you know, so I had to like kind of fold it up so he was making sure it was all nice and square. That was a little stressful just because, you know, fresh glass on its side, but it was all fine. It was fine. And it's done, yay! There's Jackie, our oldest. He's going to help us move it into position. Yeah. A solar dehydrator at the hippie hole. Well, a secondary solar dehydrator at the hippie hole. Pretty exciting. I still filled it up, even though the screens didn't quite fit. It's fine.